Guys, moved outside today for my video, which is why I look a lot less yellow. Yeah, moved outside, and I think I'm gonna try to do my videos outside more often because the lighting is a lot better than in my brother's or in my crappy bedroom. I just wanted to say hi and tell you about Busch Gardens yesterday, which was a lot of fun. For most of the day. So we get there like 10:30 ish, 10:30, like 10:45. We go in, and the first ride I ride at Busch Gardens is Tempesto, which is their new roller coaster, which is like it's freaking awesome. You start out, you go on it, and it's like spirals up, and then spirals back down, and then spirals back up, and then spirals back down. So it's like two giant loops that you're spiraling the entire time. And it starts off, they shoot you up, but then they send you back down and then shoot you up the other way so you get extra motion, and then you go back up, and then you do the whole roller coaster, and like you use that extra motion to get the extra speed, and that in and of itself is beyond awesome. Like the amount of rush you get from going up and then back down and then back up is just in and of itself, that is like just an amazing feeling. And at the end of the roller coaster, because of so much momentum in the roller coaster, you go past the stopping point and then you come back down. The only bad thing about it is because of the way it's set up, they can only have one coaster going at a time. But it's okay. It's okay because it's freaking amazing. But the best part about it was, I haven't been to Busch Gardens, which is our local amusement park, in like 6 or 7 years. And the last time I went, I didn't know I liked roller coasters. I was afraid of heights, and I thought they looked terrifying. And I didn't understand how anyone wanted to ride them. About junior year, I want to say, my cousin came to town, and we went to Kings Dominion, which is our other local theme amusement park. That one's a little bit closer, so that's usually the one I go to because it's a half an hour compared to an hour. But we all went to Kings Dominion, and the very end of the day, she asked me to ride the Dominator with her, and I was like, I don't really want to, but I will. And that was the first roller coaster I ever rode, and it's, at least at the time, according to Wikipedia, it was the longest floorless roller coaster in at least the country. I don't know if that's still true or not, but I thought that was a cool fact. But the Dominator was it's one of my favorite coasters, solely because it's my first coaster and I had such an amazing time. My current favorite at Kings Dominion is the Intimidator. Or the Intimidator 365. And it's supposed to, because it like sends you 365 feet in the air, and then it's like a 90-degree drop. I mean, it's like almost straight down. It's like so close. It's not quite straight down, but it gets there, and it's intense, and it's fast. Like it's so fast that if you aren't careful, you will black out. And like, I mean anybody, because I don't black out on roller coasters, and I wasn't careful, and I actually had my eyes closed, and I blacked out for just a second, but I blacked out. And I've heard so many people do it, and it's very likely to happen if you are in the front row. Like the front row, you almost are guaranteed to black out. But it's the most amazing feeling. But anyway, back to Busch Gardens. Like I said, I've never been to Busch Gardens before. Or I have, but I've never ridden any roller coasters there. So, first one I ride, it was Tempesto, which is their newest and their best roller coaster. And it felt, I was like, this is a way to start the day. Hell yeah. After that, we went and we rode the, I want to say Machi Drop. It's just like, one of those drop ones that drop you straight down really fast. And they're the only ones that I'm like afraid to ride even though I've ridden roller coasters that almost drop you straight down before. But every time I'm just like terrified to ride it. I don't know why, but I love it all the same. And it's like you drop down so fast and you lose your stomach so quick that you don't even I don't even have time to scream. And I wanted to, but I didn't have time. And by the time I realized what was happening, I'd already lost my voice. And it feels so amazing. It shakes me every time though. My hands will start shaking at the end of that ride. I love it. After that, we went to the Fest House because it's like a European themed amusement park. So they've got France, New France, Italy, Ireland, Switzerland, no, Scotland, England, and Greece. But I think Greece might be in with Italy. I'm not sure. But it's like you walk around and each different part's themed like the country it's based on. And so in Germany there is a Fest House which has a bunch of different food and it's awesome. It's just so cool. And I think Buschka, I don't know if it still does, but when it opened, it had a brewery. So beer there is crazy cheap. I don't drink, so I'm not old enough to drink, so that wasn't my thing, and I couldn't get any anyway. But my friend Tim did, and he's like, beer's super cheap here, and I don't like I said, I don't know if it still is, but it used to be crazy cheap. He said it used to be $1, which for beer that's really good. But so we did that, and I got so much food. I got a pizza, and they get the whole round pizza's that big. I got a pizza, I got pudding, I got cheesecake, I got fries, and then I got strawberries. But the strawberries I gave to my friend Brittany, who you've met before in my videos. She got that, and she got half a pizza. I ate the pudding cup. I didn't end up eating the cheesecake. I ended up giving that to Tim because I didn't like it. I thought it tasted bad. And then I ate half a thing of fries, which I actually thought I was a lot hungrier than I was. And then I ended up eating less than almost everybody else except for Brittany. But you can't. Me and Brittany both barely eat a lot. Next, we rode a few more roller coasters, and then one of them, some poor girl on the Griffin, a girl at the very end, after she'd stopped and was about to get off, throws up everywhere. We ended up waiting 20 minutes to get on the ride, even though we were next, but it was 20-minute wait to get on the ride because they had to clean it up and they had to send it through 5 or 6 times to clean it up. But the Griffin was, oh my god, the Griffin was because it's over a 90-degree drop. It's like when they drop you like that. It's freaking amazing. I was just hell yeah, hell yeah. But I love the Griffin. After that, one of my favorite parts was at 5 we went to a tap dance show, which oh my god, that was so cool. It was in Ireland. It was a tap dance, but it was set up as a show, so it was a wedding, and they were doing Irish jigs, and I was mesmerized by the Irish jig. I was just I was in love with it. I was this is the coolest thing I have ever seen. I was if only I could dance like that, but I can't dance in general. God forbid an Irish jig. I'd probably kill myself attempting to, which is funny. I swear when I was little, I used to know how to do it. I don't know if I did or not. Mom says I missed, when I was in dance class, I was sick with something I had because I was sick all the time, probably flu again. And I missed the Irish jig week we did in dance class, but I loved it. It was beautiful, and the music was awesome. I was just I could see this every week. It's amazing. Because Because, like, the way they kicked her legs, the girls kicked their legs all the way up, and it was just like, and their dresses were really, oh my gosh, they were so pretty. Especially, like, the bride's dress in that thing. She had, like, this short little white dress, and it had, like, a cape, like a hood, and I thought it was so pretty. Yeah, and then after that, we rode a few more rides. We rode the, Tempesto again. That was awesome. But I was kind of mad because at the end, like, we had all these, like, they have a quick pass there, and that allows you to get on the ride before everyone else. But Tempesto's not supposed to have that. And I felt like it did, because there was a lot of people getting on before us, like, from the other side, and they were all supposedly handicapped. And I know that, like, there's some handicaps that, like, we don't see, but, like, some of these people, I don't even know what they were handicapped for, that they couldn't wait in the line. And I was like, there's some, like, if you can't stand in a line for an hour and or for a half an hour to get on a ride, then maybe you shouldn't be riding such a dangerous roller coaster anyway, that you're not supposed to have anything on, and that you're supposed to, like, there's, like, so many rules to getting on this roller coaster. So if you can't wait an hour and a half to get on this roller coaster, you probably shouldn't be riding this roller coaster in the first place, in my personal opinion, because obviously something could go wrong with your health. Like, and there were these 3 people that caused us to have to wait 2 extra turns just to get on, and that was really hard, because it was me, my Brittany, Tim, and then Brittany's boyfriend Jonathan, and Jonathan's brother Jeremy, and it was the 5 of us. And Tempesto's only 2 seats, so we had to take up 3 lanes, and so we had to keep switching around to make sure we all got on at the same time. And then it got really difficult because this one set of 3 people, like, the first one they set it up, and they were like, oh no, we can't ride because that's only 2 seats, we need 3. So 2 of them wouldn't get on then. And so we ended up having to wait longer. We had to let more people go in front of us. Fucking pissed me off. And then none of them looked disabled. They looked completely healthy. The only disability I could have saw was one of them was overweight. And I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with that, but that is the only disability I could have saw. And I'm sorry, but that's not fair to me, where I have to wait an extra 20 minutes to get on a ride because these disabled people that, like, at least tell me why they should get on before me. Like, what is wrong with them that gives them the right to get on this ride before me, even though I've been the one waiting here for like 45 minutes. I'm sorry. I want an explanation. Because we got up there at 7. We didn't get on until at least 8. And, like, I don't mind waiting an hour for a ride if at least when I go up, they give me my turn. And everyone else has been waiting about the same time. And they got there before me. That makes sense to me. Not this crap about, oh, well, they're disabled, even though I can't tell. Like, I don't mind, like, a disabled person who has, like, some issues with their legs or something getting on the ride before me, because they've got a leg disability, and I understand that, and I sympathize with that. I really do. But when there's no apparent reason that they can't wait in a line for an hour and a half, and they're getting on before me, and this is supposed to be a ride that doesn't have a quick queue, because it's so brand new and so many people want to get on it, and that's not fair to the people who have been waiting, type thing, then no, I'm not okay with it. But I mean, it was still fun. But I think waiting and getting annoyed with the people that kept getting on for us, and it just took so long to get on the ride when it shouldn't have, took a lot of the fun out of the ride. Like, waiting makes it fun because you get nervous and you're just like giddy, but that just pissed me off, and so it took a lot of the fun out of the ride. Like I said, it was still fun though. But then, so we leave, and Jonathan Bell goes back in his car, and we ended up being there till like 10:30, waiting for his dad to get there to check on the car and see if there's anything he could do to fix it that night, which there ended up not being. So we ended up leaving his car there, which I feel really bad for Jonathan about that. And so that ended up happening, and so then that put us all in a bad mood. I mean, like, we ended up being able to cheer up a little bit, but that just put us all in a bad mood. We ended up coming over to my house afterwards though and making pizza rolls and bagel bites, which I remember bagel bites tasting better than they do. I swear, they used to taste so much better. But we ended up making like bagel bites and pizza rolls and eating them and watching Dracula Untold, which I actually really did like, even though I knew a lot of people who didn't want to see it because they were like, oh my god, another Dracula story. But I thought it was a nice twist on it. I thought they did it in such a different way. Though I did kind of get a kind of Darth Vader vibe from the whole thing, because it was just kind of like, you know, like guy so desperate to protect his family and his wife, and so he goes looking for um darkness, darkness to save him and his family. Um, ends up still losing his family anyway, so he surrenders to the darkness. Um, but in the end, he does the hero thing where he becomes a full-fledged vampire, yada yada yada. And then everybody's about to kill his son, so he starts killing everybody, and he gives his son away to a priest, and be raised by a priest. Then kills all the vampires, and then ends up living in eternity. And meets the love of his life again in another life. But I mean, it was like I said, it was a really good movie. I liked it, and it left it wide open for another one that could be really just as good. But I don't know if they're gonna do it just because there was a lot of people who were afraid to go see it type thing. At least in my friends, I had a lot of people who told me they weren't gonna see it because it was like, oh my god, another vampire movie. Really? Aren't we done with that type thing? But like I said, I liked it. I thought it was different, and I kind of hope they do another movie on it. But what do I know? But that's all for right now. I might make another video later tonight, but I don't know because I have to go to my best friend, to another one of my friends for her birthday, who's ironically also named Brittany, but it's not. It's not the same Brittany. It's my friend Brittany Flint. Just don't worry about her last name. But anyway, I'm going over to her house for her birthday. That's gonna be fun. But I might try to make another video later. Bye for now. I'll talk to you later. Loves, and I'm gonna put the pictures of the amusement park at the end of this because I want you guys to see how fun it was. It was just so much fun. But that's all. Bye.